is me versus the world. Until I found it's me versus me. Why?
Just remember, what happens on earth stays on earth.
Darling, I told you many times, and now I'm telling you once again, just to remind you,
In 2016, Kendrick Lamar recorded what would become the final track on his fourth studio album, Damn. The song was titled Duckworth, a reference to Kendrick Lamar's legal surname, as Lamar is his middle name. This wasn't just a closing track. It can be argued that this was one of Kendrick's greatest songs of all time. The story goes like this. In the late 1980s, inside the Nickerson Gardens projects of Los Angeles, Anthony Tiffith was the oldest of 7 kids. And by the time he was 15, Anthony was carrying a gun, selling drugs, and gaining more influence. One afternoon, police officers pulled him aside, suspecting that he was involved in large operations. They tried to convince him to become confidential informants. Anthony refused.
That's a policeman working for his big homie. Small town hustler graduated to a brick on him. $10,000 out of for project housing. That's on the daily. Seen his first meal, 20 years old, had a couple of babies.
Instead, he headed back to his regular hangout spots, a local KFC. And behind that drive-through window at that KFC was a man everyone knew as Ducky. Ducky was friendly, laid back, and easy to talk to. But he was also from the streets. He'd grown up in the rough streets of Chicago, surrounded by gang violence, until he met a woman named Paula. Together, they moved out west to California, hoping to find a better life. Now, Ducky was a husband, a father, and a man working a 9-to-5, working pretty hard to send his son to college. But he's not the only one who needs money. Anthony does too. A year earlier, he'd robbed a KFC and shot a random customer. His plan was to rob the same KFC. Ducky worked it.
Hustling on the side with a 9-to-5 to freak it. Cadillac severely ride his son around on weekends. 3-piece special with his name on his shirt pocket. Cross the street from the projects, Anthony planned to rob it.
But Ducky was smart. Ducky noticed Anthony and his friends hanging around the drive-thru. Instead of acting afraid or keeping his distance, he chose to be friendly. Every time Anthony pulled up, Ducky slipped a little extra into the bag. Free chicken, 2 extra biscuits, and it worked.
Free chicken every time Anthony posted in line. 2 extra biscuits, Anthony liked them and then let them slide. They didn't kill him, in fact it looked like they're the last to survive.
20 years later, Top Dawg founded a record label and later signed Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick walked into a studio with his father to meet the producer and founder of Top Dawg. The producer and Kendrick's father looked at each other and burst out laughing. Those two were Anthony and Ducky. If Ducky hadn't done what he did, if Anthony had followed through with the robbery, there might have never been a Kendrick Lamar. No Good Kid, Mad City, no To Pimp a Butterfly, no Damn. A father's decision to show kindness in a world that didn't reward it became the invisible piece that changed hip-hop history.